Hi everybody, today I'm going to be doing something different. I'm not going to be reacting to anything. I'm not going to be doing a challenge. I'm going to be doing a review of my favourite episodes of Doctor Who from the Russell T Davies era. So yes, this is something different. The reason why I'm doing this is because I saw that the YouTuber Sesskasays, sorry if I pronounced her YouTube name wrong, did a list of her favourite stories on the Russell T Davies era of Doctor Who, and it influenced me to think, hey, I love doing lists, I love Doctor Who, why not I do a list of my own? So yeah, but first off, if you've never watched an episode of Doctor Who in your life, if you've not really watched Russell T Davies episodes from Doctor Who, big spoilers ahead, because I will be talking about the episodes that I really like and the episodes I really don't like. I know there's obviously in Doctor Who there's this whole thing with Russell T Davies and Moffat against each other, because they're two different eras, two different styles of writing. I've always been more of a fan of Russell T Davies. So that the ones I'm going to be covering in this list will be the 9th and 10th Doctor. If you want me to do a Moffat one as well, please feel free to request it. I would say Moffat ones be 11 and 12. Obviously, I know Moffat did write episodes in for 9 and 10 as well, but I'm going to be including it in this list because he wasn't the head writer, so yeah. Also, for two-parters like the Aliens of London and World War III, they're going to be counting as one episode, or three-parters like Utopia, Sound of Drums, Last of the Time Lords, they'll all count as one episode. So there's 44 on this list. This list will be split up over time, because otherwise this video will get ridiculously long, and it already is. So from this list, I'm going to be ranking from 44 to 32, which is a bit of an odd number, I know, but yeah. And I think a major point that needs to be made here is this is my opinion on my channel. So if you don't want to see someone have a different opinion to you about your favourite Doctor Who episodes, I suggest you can stop watching, because it's probably going to be a different opinion. There are some episodes I really like that other people don't like, and there's some episodes I really don't like that other people do like. Please don't be offended. My opinions are not fact. This is just my personal preference. Most of the episodes in Russell T Davies' era I have watched multiple times, apart from the ones I really didn't like, although the majority of the episodes in Russell T Davies' era I did like. Some of them I rewatched a few years ago, but none of these I've rewatched recently. Okay, so yeah, I just feel I should say this. This is my opinion. Please do not be offended. It's not fact, what I'm saying. I'm open for discussion and debate on the comments. That's totally fine if you guys want to debate it, but it's my opinion, okay? So I just want to put this out there before I get on the list. Okay, let's go. Okay, so we're going to first start off with number 44. Weird number as it is. This is my most hated episode. This one is a universally disliked episode for a lot of people. For anyone that likes this episode, I don't know how you do it, but yeah, so 44 is Love and Monsters. I hated it when I saw it. I tried re-watching it a few years later. It didn't get better, it got worse. So yeah, there's just so many things bad about it. The thing is though, I did have high hopes for it, because the main character, Elton, in it, the actor plays Danny in Hustle, which is one of my favourite shows ever. You should totally check this out if you haven't heard of it. And the weird thing with him and the girlfriend at the end with the pavement, yeah, let's not talk about it, but yeah, that was weird. I love Mr. Blue Sky, that's one of my favourite songs, and it's just terrible. And I love Peter Kay, but him as the villain didn't work. It was disastrous. Okay, Alright, number 43. So this is the first Doctor Who special on the list. I am not a fan of the majority of the Doctor Who specials. They are very weak. And this one in particular is a very forgettable episode and written very poorly, and that is The Next Doctor. Yeah, it's just terrible. I mean, the premise is kind of there. There's Cybermen, there's a Cyber Queen, there's there's a guy saying, I'm the Doctor, and he has a companion. But, it's a very forgettable episode. The episode's just trash. It's just terrible. I did say I have strong opinions. Yeah, just terrible for me, personally. So, yeah. Number 42 is the first two-parter on the list. I did watch this, when it aired, and then I watched it back then. BBC Three used to play the episode. I miss BBC Three being on the television. The day after, and I watched it. The day after, and I just thought, this isn't any better. And seeing people react to this episode is pretty funny because they feel pretty similarly to me. That is the Daleks in Manhattan and evolution of the Daleks. I mean, I love New York. New York is one of my favourite cities in the world, and the pigs, the hybrid, it's terrible. I was really frightened of the Daleks, and it made me not scared. It literally made me not scared of Daleks. And Andrew Garfield is in it. He shouldn't have chosen the episode to star in, really. So yeah. Number 41. This is another Doctor Who special I really do not like. It is The Voyage of the Damned. Wilfred is introduced, who I love and adore. Now, there's something has to be said for Astrid, who's played by Kylie Minogue. So when I watched this when it aired, and I was with my dad, and there's a bit in the episode where Astrid hugs the Doctor, and she's like, "Oh, thank you so much," or something. And my dad literally turned to me and said, "This girl cannot act." And I was thinking, "Oh my god, why is she overacting?" And then I forgot that Kylie Minogue was in Neighbours, so she's actually an actress. But I don't know, Astrid's character just annoyed me. Throughout, I didn't like Astrid. I just thought the whole thing was ridiculous. The episode's so forgettable, and it's terrible. Yeah. Okay, number 40. This is an episode I feel a lot of people disagree with me on. Okay, this is just my opinion. Please don't get mad. Because this is a very popular episode for a lot of people, which I didn't realise. I hated it when I first saw it, and I still hate it, so sorry. It's Midnight. Yes, I can feel the anger already. I really don't like it. I find it really boring. I don't find it scary. I'm really sorry. I know a lot of people said they liked the whole, tension of it, and, how the people were, and I was just like, no, I find the people really annoying, and I know the point they're trying to make, they act they don't trust the Doctor. I just found myself getting very underwhelmed. I missed Donna. She wasn't in the episode, and it just, oh my god, I just didn't like it at all. It got slightly better for a rewatch, but not much better. I still didn't really like it. I just found myself feeling very bored, and I'm really sorry. It's just my personal opinion. There are some episodes I just really didn't like, and a lot of people did, so maybe everyone else saw something I didn't. So yes, that's my number 40. Number 39 is another special, which this one I actually like. So we're now onto the episodes I do like, so that's why I said the majority of episodes in Russ T Davies era I did like. So is Planet of the Dead. It's okay. I mean, the bit with the woman going, "He will knock 4 times" is pretty ominous. And yeah, it's okay. I think that actress Michelle Ryan, she was in EastEnders at the time, I think. And yeah, I was just a bit bored of the Doctor kissing everybody in it, but I mean, it was alright. Wasn't great, it's very forgettable. I can't remember who the enemy was, so yeah. Number 38. This is an episode I really like, and I feel really sad it's gotten this low on the list. And it is Father's Day. I actually really like this episode. At the time when I watched it, for me, it was a very weak episode because you knew what was happening. It was like, oh yeah, Rose made a mistake. Oh, it's fixed. It was very, you could see what the ending was going to be. So yeah, I actually do really like this episode on rewatch because some episodes of Doctor Who have been so bad. This looks like an amazing episode, and of course Moffat completely disregards this episode later on. But I do like it. There's some charm about it, I think. So yeah. Okay, number 37. So we're back with another two-parter, which is actually a very popular two-parter. Which is a two-part I think is okay. I don't think it's great though. It doesn't scare me. It's kind of to me, to be honest. But a lot of people seem to really like it, surprisingly. And that is Human Nature and the Family of Blood. There are parts of the episodes I like. I really like the cliffhanger for Human Nature. I think it's really good. And it obviously is very important later on for the season 3 finale. But I'm not a fan of it. The scarecrows, the whole thing, it's a bit... And yeah, do you know what, when I rewatch it, I really had a thing against Martha because I was such a Rose fangirl, and still am, but I actually really like Martha in this two-parter. She's really cool in it. And yeah. And I like the ending of both parts as well, but yeah, it's not a favourite of mine. It really just isn't. It's just falls a bit flat for me. Number 36. Now this is an episode I really didn't like at the time, and when I rewatch it later on, I find this episode so funny. It's hilarious to watch, and that is the Unicorn and the Wasp. Now the bee, remembering Donna going, "It's flipping enormous!" Like, Donna just makes it amazing, and Agatha Christie is basically my favourite author ever. So, and the actress who plays Agatha does a really good portrayal of her. But the bee is the bit where it falls flat, like the villain thing. It's just terrible. But the rest, the whole comic relief when the Doctor's poisoned, I think is hilarious, and I do like it a lot more than I used to. But if you're looking for it from the sci-fi aspect, it's not very good. So. Number 35. Now, I like this episode. It's okay. It's not good, but it's okay. And it's Smith and Jones. Now, it's a good introduction to Martha. You can see, like, her family and everything. There's Jadoon on the moon, which David Tennant had trouble saying. But it's a bit, it's a bit ridiculous. The special straw. It's a bit, it's okay. It's a good introduction to, first episode for a character. It's not great. It's alright. Number 34. Now, this is another two-parter, which for me hasn't aged well over time. At the time I saw it, I was terrified. I really liked it, and I still like it, but it's not great. It's The Aliens of London and World War III. And it does introduce you to Tosh and Torchwood, so that's good. Let's say something. Slovenes, they fart. It's not, they're not very scary, but for some reason I was terrified. And that scene with, Mickey and Jackie in the kitchen, like, panicking, I think that's really good. And the Doctor saying, I could save the world but lose you. I mean, it's very good, like, the acting. Harriet Jones introduced you to her. But, I mean, parts of it were a bit ridiculous, so that's why it's quite low down. Number 33 is my favourite Christmas special, which improved on a rewatch because at the time I didn't really like it. It's the first episode I didn't see when it first aired, because most of the episodes on this list I saw when it first aired, because I was in Singapore on holiday. So it's the Christmas Invasion. I didn't like David Tennant at the time. I was very bitter that Chris Eccleston had gone. I was just like, who are you? And he wasn't even in it most of the time. The sword fight was really silly, but I like it now. He's charming. He's got the whole Lion King quote down, the whole cup of tea thing, and they revisit it later on The Runaway Bride and things like that. So, with the Santa and stuff. So, yeah, I do like it. But, it's a Christmas special. So, now the last on my list for today is number 32. This is an episode I actually do quite like, but it's not a standout episode for me, and that is The Girl in the Fireplace. I do like it. This is a Moffat written one. At the time I was shipping like Ten and Renee together. Like, I love Renee's character. I did find it very odd how like the Ten and Rose had been like you know, like this the whole time, and then how he just like runs off and is happy to leave Rose behind. I did find it, maybe that was how Moffat had written it, I don't know why he wrote it like that, but I do like it. I think Mickey just makes this episode because he's so funny. You know, when I first started watching Doctor Who, I wasn't a fan of Mickey. He was like, you know, whatever. School Union started to like him a bit more, but I really started liking him a lot. From The Girl in the Fireplace. He cracks me up, and he was so funny in this episode. Love the horse. I mean, it is a bit silly. This episode is silly, but it's good. But the whole thing with the thing under your bed, I did like that. I do like that bit. Yeah, and the child who plays, you know, the child who plays the child, Renee, really good actress. So yeah. Okay, that is my list from 44 to 32. My next one will be from 31 to 20, and then it will be 20 to 10, 10 to 0, 10 to 0, 10 to 1. So yeah, hope you guys like that. I expect there to be some disagreement. I've mentioned two that I know are fan favourites, especially Human Nature, Family of Blood, and you know, and Midnight. I'm genuinely sorry. I don't like offending people. But yeah. It's just my personal opinions. Please do not be offended. And yeah, I hope you guys like this. And like I said, if you ever want me to do a Moffat one, just mention so in the comments. And I know this is a bit different. I normally do reactions. I don't normally do reviews. But if you ever want to review anything in the future, just let me know in the comments. Okay, hope you guys like that. If you want me to react to anything else, do a challenge, do a review, like I said, let me know in the comments, and be sure to like and subscribe.